Good morning. In this session, we will learn about questions to ask during a job interview. Have you recently been contacted for a job interview? If so, you may be pretty excited. When it comes to getting a new job or starting a new career, an interview is the first step towards success. The only problem is that many interviews end up making costly mistakes during the interviews. One of those mistakes is by not asking any questions. You are advised against doing this. Not asking any questions during a job interview gives the impression that you are not a leader, just a follower. That is not the type of impression that you want to make. When it comes to asking questions during a job interview, you may be wondering what type of questions you should ask. Before examining the type of questions that you should ask, it may be best to focus on the type of questions that you should not ask. For one, you are advised against asking about the pay or rises, like when they kick in. Salary is something that you should be brought up by the interviewer. If and when salary is discussed, you may want to ask about rises, but it is advised that you refrain from doing so, at least right away. In keeping with questions that you should not ask, many employers give their job applicants information about their company, like a company brochure or a link to their online website. You are advised to thoroughly examine all of the information given to you, whether that information be online or in print. This will prevent you from asking questions that you should already know the answers to. Asking a question about the history of the company when you are already given detailed information gives the impression that you did not read through the materials given to you. This is not the type of first impression that you want to make. Now that you know some of the questions that you do not want to ask during a job interview, you may want to focus on some of the questions that you can ask, or at least ones that are considered safe to ask. One of those questions is about the average work day or work week. For instance, ask if you were hired for the job, what would your work days or work weeks be like? What type of tasks would you be required to complete? Another question that you may want to ask during a job interview is about the company's future. Are there any plans for expansion? How does the company rate against the competition? These are interesting questions that show that you want to work for a successful company, one that will be around for a long period of time. Asking about the stability of a company gives a good impression of yourself, as it often means that you are also looking for stability. You may also want to ask the interviewer some personal questions, but do not go too personal. Trying asking them about how they like working for their company. Ask about when they started working for the company and what level did they start at. If they advanced, ask if it was relatively easy to do. Does the company in question tend to promote from the inside up, or do they hire new employees? This may get you on a personal level with the interviewer, which tends to make your interview more memorable. The discussed questions are just a few of the many that you may want to ask an interviewer. during a job interview. In all honesty, you are advised to use your best judgment when asking questions, but it is important that you do ask at least some. Thanks for listening to the topic Questions to Ask During a Job Interview. Thank you.